Welcome back everybody, DestinysJesus here. In this video I'm going to be copying NOAHREYLI's full setup, including his mousepad and his brand new mouse that loads of pros are swapping to, and talking about why the pros are swapping to that mouse in particular, and also that mousepad combination that he has. As well as that, we're going to be copying from our last video, the one with the solos masterclass, where NOAHREYLI did his full warm-up routine and all of his Kovacs maps. We're going to be doing that and seeing how much improvement we get in solo arena and just in our gameplay overall. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like you did. I might do more of these like pro copying videos, copying their warm-up and their setup in the future if you guys enjoy this. So this is NOAHREYLI setup that he normally uses. Normally uses the Apex Pro, but I'm using Wooting to try it out and get that double movement, which is obviously very nice. And then his mousepad. This is the big thing that people really like about his setup, is the fact that he's got this custom inked gaming mousepad. You can get any logo printed on it. I'm pretty sure some like Kung Fu Panda stuff put on it or whatever. But I just have my DestinysJesus logo. It does take a little while to ship, but the quality is really good. It won't fray at all. And you can basically get any pattern you want, and any design, any picture or anything. And the colors are like absolutely insane, as you can see. Like mine's just a pixel art kind of space logo. It's absolutely insane. Now looking at the three mouse that I've got here, the G Pro Superlight, the regular G Pro Wireless, and the Razer Viper Ultimate. Putting these in order of actual weight, it goes 63 grams, 74 grams, and then 80 grams. Now that might not seem like the most drastic thing, but you're thinking 20% extra weight going from a G Pro Wireless, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have, to the G Pro Superlight. That weight difference is the reason the majority of pros are trying to swap over and get a G Pro Superlight if they can. It's an absolutely insane difference. You can basically get all the benefits of actually increasing your sense, such as building faster, editing faster, having quicker mechanics, being able to get out of bad situations, rebox easier, but you still have that really precise aim that comes with having a mouse such as the G Pro Wireless, which is absolutely insane, obviously. The Razer Viper Ultimate is 74 grams. I don't really like the design of it. It kind of hurts my hands, but I think the G Pro Wireless Superlight is probably the best mouse at the moment, especially for Fortnite, mainly because it's one of the lightest and also has an insane battery life. Like you literally charge this thing like once a week and it'll be good for the entire week. Okay, now let's get into the good stuff. NOAHREYLI's full warm routine, me running through it and actually getting the improvements at the end of this. So first things first that Noah always does is aim duel. So he hops on, there's 10 rounds of attack minimum on 5k HP, so he's using an attack shotgun, working a shotgun aiming at close range, especially on a cone. Then he does 10 rounds minimum with the SMG. Depending on if he wants to, he'll do more, but normally rounds takes like 20 minutes to run through all of this. From there, he does BHE build fights. He uses the charge and the attack while he's doing build fights. And also one thing he mentioned to me is the fact he's always carrying minis so he can practice playing defensively. From there, he goes ahead and does Scavox. This is basically the map made by Don Wozy. He's an insane map maker. It's my version of the map where we basically got some custom scenarios like moving targets, as well as all the good stuff like horizontal, tile frenzy that you can run through as well. He does the majority of the scenarios on here. Obviously, just picks his favorites and what they find useful for you. One thing I recommend if you're doing Scavox is to work on your ADS sense and your non-ADS sense as you go through the map. Don't just do all full 1 minute doing your ADS. Make sure you swap up a little bit. Now the last thing he does as part of his Fortnite warm-up is his piece control maps. His Raiders piece control map's absolutely insane. When I ran through this, I never actually realized how many extra things that I miss when I do piece control. There's so many extra walls that you can go ahead and grab, and this map is really good for practicing that. Run through all 15 different scenarios and you'll notice how good your piece control gets and feels by the end of it. Now let's move on to Kovacs. First thing that he's doing on Kovacs is arm turning train. This basically warms up your elbow, I think. You have to use a really large amount of your mousepad the whole way around as the spot spins around. It's really good to get used to when people are going in your face, especially the amount of people who just jump in your face with a controller. Practicing that and having really quick reactions if somebody used to swap directions when they're doing that face-to-face engagement. From there, there's Air Invincible. It's a pretty standard scenario. You're basically just shooting a target, moving around up and above you. Really good for working your tracking and your mouse control. Fast Pump Flick. I'm absolutely horrendous at this one, so I ended up skipping it. I don't know how Noah hits these shots, so considering I think it's like top 10 on the leaderboards. It's a really hard scenario, so I wouldn't recommend trying this one out if you guys are brand new to Kovacs. From there, there's 1 wall 6 targets TE reload. This is basically just working on being really minute with your sense, trying not to over flick or under flick. Just be completely precise. Make sure you go for 100% accuracy on this one rather than speed running it through like I know a lot of people do. Now, as the last scenario he does, this is something I actually think was really useful. Charge close, fast strafe, shotgun invincible. Basically, what it works on is just you trying to go ahead and hit a charge shot as somebody is moving back and forth and strafing. If you're bad with the charge shotgun, like I definitely am, this is an absolutely insane scenario to go ahead and work on in Kovacs and make you way better with the charge in game, and especially at timing your shots, which is so crucial in a box fight. Okay, so looking at my 3 mouse, why is the G Pro Superlight so hard to come and find if you guys want to get it? And why do I think it's probably one of the best mice at the moment for Fortnite? The main reason obviously is it's just a super light. It's literally ridiculously light compared to the regular G Pro, which is this. I've got some grip tape on it just for grip. This is 80 grams. This is literally 60 grams. It's a ridiculous amount of like decrease in mass. It feels like absolutely nothing when you play with it. You can hit builds and edit so quick. It feels like you've gone up like 2-3% on your sense, maybe like how would I describe that? Like a 20% increase on your sense just because of how low the mouse is for your mechanics wise, and then your aim is still the same. It's a really insane mouse, even compared to this, which is a Razer Viper Ultimate. This is 74 grams. This is still like 15 grams decrease on that, which is really good. All right, let me go ahead and play some solo arena with this mouse, and we'll go ahead and look at how it is in game and actually practicing that. I'll leave mouse cam on just for you guys.
To be careful because what is this? That's not being after.
No, bro, no way we died like that. Okay, so the reason I want to make this video where I basically copied Noah's setup and also his routine, obviously it's because I worked with him on making his routine in the past, and then also on the Solos Masterclass as well. But recently I watched a Resub video. You guys should know Resub, right? Really good YouTuber. And he basically did this kind of experiment on himself where he would play like 8 hours a day of like really structured, thoughtful practice, right? Like a lot of creative stuff, a lot of things that he needs to work on, Kovacs, keep track of his scores. And all the scores and stuff went up for a set period of time, and then they went down, right? So he basically overworked himself by doing too much, and I think that might be the case for a lot of people, especially during lockdown, like the previous year, is they just played too much and not put enough thought into it. So that's why I think it's very useful to copy a, what's it called, pro routine basically, like NOAHREYLI's for example, which I'm doing this video on, or even maybe like Videal or Reason or something, right? Something structured that's been made and has worked in the past for a pro, like what made Videal go from like 0 PR into like best fighter in Europe, you know? Copy a routine that works and then apply it to yourself, and then you get results that way. Rather than just making up your own routine and thinking, oh, this is good, I need to practice my aim, I'll do angels, plus this, plus this, plus this, you know? Rather than doing all that extra stuff, just copy a pro routine that works and notice the improvements there.
can dominate.